Click that button. Get us live. Get us live. Listen, it's Uncuffed Monday. Welcome to Flair Stop Podcast channel. Uncuffed Monday. Some new equipment in the studio today, but we're covering, listen, this is two former cops, now comedians, giving you something to laugh at this evening. A little society and culture. Got Jada Pinkett Smith and the whole Will Smith saga. And then we've got Britney Spears' new biography. And then we've got a very corrupt police department. All this and more with Derrell, White, and Eric Tansey on Flair to Stop Uncuffed Monday. Roll it, Josh.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on Sunday.
This is about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Taylor Swift drama that you were talking about earlier. Goodness gracious. Listen, it's Flair to Stop Uncuffed Monday. Brought to you by none other than ghostbed.com/Wolfpack and Officer Privacy. And I got an email from Manscaped, but I don't remember if that was supposed to roll tonight or not. But listen, we're always down with Manscaped. They got the new 5.0 lawnmower out just in time for Christmas. So just in case I was supposed to read them and ad read tonight, at least you know there was a lawnmower 5.0 coming out from Manscaped that you'll get later on in the week. But as always, we have Ghost Bed, and then we always have officerprivacy.com for right now for one more month. Got officerprivacy.com. Fix your lighting over there for you there, Derrell.
Yeah, I see this light, all this light up in here.
What's going on with the lighting on your side?
Rotisserie Negro in here. All these lights, and you got it cold. So you frying my black ass with cold oil, cold grease. You know what I'm saying? It's cold in here, and you got these lights all on my ass, y'all.
Just slow
Can't
roll.
Can't complain though. I'm good.
Man,
good.
We've got a big week this week, Jay.
Yeah, y'all
Got a
gonna be
big
down in
week this week.
sunny Florida.
It's
Having
gonna
a
be
good
nice and warm.
time. I'm gonna be babysitting my niece and nephew. Fuck them kids, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they on your nerves already?
What? They get on my nerves.
Every day?
Every
How often do you watch them?
I sit every other weekend.
Okay.
Every other weekend with my sister.
What, you got like some kind of weird custody for your niece
No,
and
it's
nephew?
just my sister's a single mom.
Okay.
She got 2 kids.
She cute?
She works hard. So, she works and she try to pick up extra hours and stuff like that. And I try to help him out with my dad. My dad don't do shit. He retired.
Mhm.
But my father's been ill lately. He's been falling and congestive heart failure, got fluid on his
Gross.
legs and chest and heart and all that.
Yeah.
So got him to the hospital, got him to the doctor. Now he's on his medication. So I'm
Okay.
doing all that, getting him back. So my sister still need a bed. Now she have daycare during the week, but weekend they at
I
home
don't
with
need to
her
know your whole
and
schedule,
everything.
Jay.
I'm just saying, not my schedule. I'm just
The
telling
whole
you.
thing.
I'm giving you what I got to do. You should know.
got so much
You should
going
feel
on.
sympathy for me. Your ass
I
got
don't-
5 kids, motherfucker. You should know how daycare is. You know
I
what I'm saying?
run a daycare. This is like daddy daycare all over again. It's just a lot better. Man, have you been keeping up with the Jada Pinkett Smith drama? First of all,
Man, who
before we
haven't?
dive into the Jada Pinkett Smith thing tonight, hit it or quit it.
Hit Jada?
Yeah.
No.
No?
It ain't no good no more.
No more?
No more. I liked her when she first came out, when she was on the show called Set It Off, a movie with Queen Latifah about 4 women bank robbers stuff.
Is that where she got her start? Was on that
No,
movie?
she did. Her start came. She was on Fresh Prince. She did Fresh Prince.
She was on Fresh
show.
Prince?
Mhm. She did a
What was
couple
she
of
on
films.
Fresh Prince?
She was like his girlfriend or something, really.
Oh.
Yeah, early on, something like that. And then she was on she was on A Different World. She was on a spinoff of the Cosby Show about HBCU, and she young freshman there, and so she started out like that, and then she did a few movies called Woo, and she was in The Nutty Professor, the first one.
Dude, I gotta go back and watch
She
all
was
of those
up-
movies. I didn't know that she was in all of that.
Yeah, she was in.
Is that where she met Will Smith? Was in the movies?
She met him on his show.
Oh,
And,
Fresh Prince.
yeah. But of course, at the time he was married. He was already married.
Oh,
And
I
they
didn't
had a
know any
kid.
of this.
So once he got a divorce, he hooked up with her, and 2 years after his married or divorced, he was dating and married her. They've been married since like 97.
I mean, well, we'll get into it,
Mhm.
but they've been quote unquote married.
Oh yeah.
She's got her new book come out.
I ain't trying.
What's the name of the? Do you remember the name of that book?
Hell no.
Oh,
I mean, she pissed me off, man.
Why'd
She
she piss
pissed
you
me
off?
off. She pissed me off how she talks about their life. I mean, it's understandable when you're a celebrity that your life is an open book. But to me, I think there's some chapters in that open book that should not be read. You know what I'm saying? And she's voluntarily putting it out there. You know, okay. A lot of women would say, well, Will Smith cheated on her too. You'd be a fool to think he, big mega superstar like him ain't out there getting pussy elsewhere. Yeah, but he ain't telling nobody. He ain't out there spreading around that he's fucking around, or that he was in a relationship with a chick. See, that's why a lot of times too, when you're a celebrity or you take pictures with people, especially of the opposite sex, okay, you're a heterosexual male and you take a picture with a beautiful female, it's how you take that picture. You got to be careful how you take that picture because people, I mean, of course, yeah, there's programs out there that can Photoshop photos and all that stuff and all that. But when you take a picture, if they're too close to you, her titty, her right titty is daggone it touching your left titty, stuff like that, your hand placement. Because I remember a couple of years ago at the All-Star game, they was honoring Hall of Famers. And Michael Jordan hugged Mary J. Blige, famous singer. And his hands was kind of low, riding on her ass. And people went crazy. Oh, look at Michael Jordan being inappropriate, touching her ass.
But listen, when I go to hug somebody, not that I'm a nobody basically, but I get a lot of hugs because I own the distillery and people come in, hey Eric, whatever. I'm always extremely cautious where I put my hands.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be any question, and I don't even have paparazzi around. So why are these guys are these guys so dumb that they just are accidentally hugging chicks too low?
They do that.
I've never hugged a chick too low.
Dudes, hug them where they got their daggone dick resting on the girl's belly button and shit. I mean, that's just too close. If I don't know you, I give you a hug. I hug from the side. I'll hug you from the side. I've been accused by women of hugging them like dudes, hug them and slap them on the back real hard. Yeah. Like, damn, did he just pat me on my back like I was a dog or something?
They say that the three pat.
Yeah, I mean,
they say the three pat, you're just like in the friend zone.
If I rub her back or whatever, they think that's sexual, and then next thing you know, your ass up for a damn harassment charge. Now, motherfuckers like us, we ain't got that type of Will Smith money, so if we do it, they'll probably just blow it off, whatever. But I guarantee, let us get to a status where we have millions of dollars. Shit,
you're not. Do you think Jada's pretty?
She's a pretty woman, but her, inside, she's ugly on the inside. You know what I'm saying? She has a pretty ass face, even with bald head, alopecia, whatever the fuck that loss of hair, whatever. She's still a pretty woman. She's a little too bony for me. I like a woman with a little meat on the bones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's a little thin, but she's a beautiful woman on the outside, pretty appearance, but she ugly on the inside. And I mean, when I say she ugly on the inside is how she's treating, telling her business. I mean, to each his own, but she made him look like a fool, and in her book, I think, I haven't read it, but I heard people who have read it, already got it, reading it, talking about, yeah, she's telling her truth. Why? What's the problem? Why she can't tell her truth? Nobody don't want to know all that shit, really.
I don't think that's fair to Will Smith to be putting all that truth out there. Now, I think this was all based off an ayahuasca trip. Mm-hmm. Like, she got on that ayahuasca and it's all changing her life. But, she's been making her rounds on like Good Morning America and NBC Nightly. And she's been really making her rounds because her new book Worthy's coming out, which I don't even think this book's going to be worthy of a read because she's already put it all out there on her little podcast thing. But I think deep down that she's just trying to become more relevant and become more famous off of Will Smith because Will Smith's time is done.
Exactly.
Like, he's gained a lot of weight. He's not looking so great now.
But see, Will has that charisma. He's a great actor. He's developed over the years into a great actor. Because you got to think, this guy started out, he was a rapper. He was singing Summertime and
Getting jiggy with it.
Parents Just Don't Understand. And he went from there and transitioned over to he had comedic. He was what we call not a stand-up comedian, but a comedic actor. He would say funny things to get, in the sitcom and everything and do crazy stuff.
Does he have a good stand-up routine?
He don't do stand-up.
He don't do stand-up at all?
He's not a stand-up. Yeah, he's not a stand-up.
Okay.
He's just, that's why he transitioned when he went from the Fresh Prince and started doing movies. You look at his resume, he got some hits. The MIB Men in Black franchise.
Yeah.
He did Independence Day franchise. The Bad Boys. Bad Boys.
Oh yeah, he has no doubt, no great. Like not iRobot. It was the I Legend.
I Legend, and they got a part 2. They got a part 2 coming out, and what he did, he's joining forces with a hot young actor now.
Oh, I bet you that's got
Michael B.
something to do with all
Jordan.
this.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, it's a dude.
Yeah, Michael.
What do
B.
you think
Jordan.
about all the? What do you think about the gay allegations on Will Smith?
Again, it's information I don't too much care about because I'm not gay. I don't care about him being gay. If whoever he want to stick his dick in, that's on him.
Yeah.
As long as it ain't me or mine.
Did he cheat on her? Is that what the whole thing is?
Well, that's what people are saying. People are saying, assuming, oh, he cheated on her because he's a bigger star, puts his throne at him all the time. You know it. So he had to cheat on her first. I haven't seen in writing. I haven't seen where he said he did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if he did, he ain't telling the world. He might have confessed to her and told her or whatever.
I just think at this point, he's got to be so embarrassed. I mean, married or not married. So she's gone out on NBC. She's gone out on all these things. And she's saying that they haven't been together in like 77 years.
Right.
And they've been like separated. But like this dude just went and smacked a dude on your behalf. And then she has the gall and the nerve to get on these talk shows and say like, oh, I didn't even know that was coming because like we ain't even been something. Like,
right.
This is not something I would have said.
I haven't been wife. He hasn't been my husband. But he slapped the shit. He slapped the dog shit. He walked the dog with Chris Rock. Came back to the seat and sat there and said, keep your name, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. So obviously he thought you was his wife. Because he even said it. He defended your honor, and for you to come out talking about, I didn't know he was going to do that. He shouldn't have done that. But
she's come out now.
Wife at the time.
She's come out now with like he's been in like in a cuckold situation, I guess with like his best friend or something like their family friend or some shit.
It was her. They have 3 kids. She got a daughter and a son by him, and he has an older son by his first wife. Her son's friend, their son together. Their son friend is an R&B singer. Pretty good. Yeah, he's a pretty good singer. He got some. I ain't hit his, but he's up and coming. Pretty good. Nice looking kid and everything. And he was going through some problems, and I guess she wanted to bring him in and talk to him, try to be that mentor, try to.
This sounds like a porno.
You know what I'm saying?
This sounds like. I think I've seen this one before.
And she ended up fucking him and having sex with him. This dude, she 50. This cat is like 23, 24 years old.
Bro, this is a porn. This like I've seen this on Pornhub.
He's knocking off a beautiful, older, rich chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he falls in love. He gonna fall in love. So my thing is, he already know. He know that Will and Jada separated. I'm pretty sure she letting that know because it's been 7 years that they've been separated.
Well, you've got to be able to like have a spot where Will's not coming back.
Right.
Because like you can't be just.
But see, here's the thing. She already said. She said they're not getting the divorce. She said that's one thing that they promise each other. Whatever happens, that it was not going to result in divorce.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, some people do that. Some people believe in, okay, we're married, we just can't live together. We having separate ideas of how to run a household. So I'm gonna live here and you live there, and you still, for the sake of the children, the family, you still come together, have Thanksgiving, Christmas, share birthdays, vacations. You know, I know a lot of relationships like that. Hell, I was in one. You know what I'm saying?
Like, were you, well, I mean, you weren't you divorced?
Yeah. No.
You were married, just separated?
Yeah. Because, I mean, we just disagreed on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit changed after we got married, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know what? It'd be best if I do my stuff here and do that. Good thing is we didn't have a house together. If we had a house together, my ass would have been downstairs. She would have took upstairs or vice versa. We won't go nowhere. And that's the thing, you know. And some of it is religious beliefs too. Because
I just don't know how you can stand on the side of religion when
Yeah.
you're out there like banging a whole bunch of other dudes,
I mean,
especially like one of your son's friends. Like that's kind of that goes beyond
but see what
like my moral boundaries, especially if like your moral stronghold is this whole like marriage commitment thing.
But see what pissed me off about that situation is she had this thing on Facebook called the Red Table Talk, where she would come and they would discuss.
It was a
talk about
podcast.
stuff. It was her mother, and her daughter.
Which is so terrible.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
why would you want to put something? And that's just for fame. Like, that's seriously just to stay relevant and to make it in podcasting, you know, because we're in podcast. I mean, that's what I do for a living is podcasting. It's hard. You can definitely tell which podcast episodes you can tell how it can be the best episode in the world, but if you don't have a banger title or you don't have a salacious title that's going to compete with all the rest, you're going to get significantly lower. Now we've built this whole channel on some kind of moral like a moral promise, if you will, to law enforcement officers that we're not going to do that. We're not going to play those freaking games. We you know, enough's enough. Like, we know who our target audience is. We're not trying to spread the grounds. So I get what she had to do there with that podcast. Podcast won't make it. I mean, dude, there's a lot of banger dudes that have made podcasts that I've even crushed. You know, that we crushed that are way more famous than I am. But our podcast does way better than them. And it's because unless you have something like I banged our son's best friend. Type deal, like you're not going to be all that famous.
But see, here's the thing. It's just like, okay, you look at like the Jerry Springer and the Maury Povich show. A lot of people, when you look at those two shows, and you be like, well, who the fuck is Jerry? You know, who is Maury? You know, they might have had a career in journalism and they weren't famous or whatever, but they did enough, had enough credits or whatever, or got their big break when they got their shows. But look at the topics. Maury made his name off of "You're Not the Father," and dudes that want the father get up, start Cabbage Patch dancing and shit, doing backflips, and the mothers find out that damn, she done fucked about 5 people, but she just knew that this dude here was the baby daddy. Now she got to go back to square one to find out who the daddy is. So she runs off the stage crying and collapses in the damn couch in the back. You know, that's how it was on Maury. Jerry Springer brought motherfuckers out to tell you, John, I have something to tell you. What? I was born a man. And them motherfuckers get up and get to fighting. Because he thought she was a woman, and he gonna come out and surprise him like that on national TV. So they get to fighting. And Jerry has the security. They made years of living of doing that. And that's now, this is what she do. You know, her thing is, okay, well, we can't have the shock factor. You know, these are people that we pay to come in and do this. So what she do at the Red Table Talk, she brings in celebrities. So if she advertised that, let's throw out a name, Denzel Washington. Oh, we're going to be talking to Denzel Washington about his career and the love of his life, his wife. People, that's Denzel. I got to tune in to Jada Pinkett Smith because Denzel going to be up there.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many people that are doing that. And there's so many people that are doing it really well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the podcasting is like, it's up 100, like thousands. Like I think there was like 2 million new podcasts like last year.
People doing
like
it in their basement.
I mean, it's crazy, and it's very competitive.
It is.
So I don't know, like if I don't see. The only thing that made that podcast relevant was her airing that stuff out.
Oh yeah,
which to
that
me
was the biggest one.
Which to me is selling your soul.
Yeah, but
because she hurt a lot of people. I mean, think about
the kids.
Think about the kids.
Yeah.
Dude, they've got to be.
They fucked up too. Believe me, they're fucked up too.
Well, how could you not be?
But
somebody in the chat says if they were Scientologists, no, they're not. They're Christian based. taste is what Will Smith likes to claim.
But see, what got me is when she, instead of just coming out, okay, if I'm sitting here and I have my wife across the table from me, and I'm trying to explain it to what's up, I'm gonna be like, me and Kiki, we were fucking. I'm gonna look at her and tell her just like that, we were fucking. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It over. We visit. It started out as I was trying to console her, and she was having some issues, and we was talking. And next thing I know, my dick was in her mouth. I'm gonna be just that damn blunt. No, not Jada. Jada looking at Will. Well, we did it. She was beating around the bush, and then she gonna say we was involved in a entanglement. What the fuck? Just go ahead and say you was sleeping with this man. You was giving up the goods. I don't give a damn. Okay. When I got separated from my wife, we did a legal separation, paperwork.
Yeah.
Right. Whether we was gonna get back together or not, it was a legal separation. The lawyer at the time told me, so they had a lawyer draw it up, notarized, we did all that. Lawyer said, Mr. White, you can live as if you was a single man now. And I'm sitting there thinking, these motherfuckers trying to set me up. Because as soon as I go out there and stick my tongue in this chick's ass, they gonna bust in that motherfucker. Oh, we got you. It's gonna be like on Cheaters. I'm gonna be an episode of Cheaters. They gonna have me in court, and I'll be paying child support and alimony like a motherfucker. I was like, nope, nope. Not until I get that divorce decree is when I do my thing or whatever. Or I have a party and I just, have a strippers and all kinds of shit, go wild, whatever. But no, man, no, it just, and here's my thing. We don't need to know that. They was talking about, she even was talking about Will got a little dick and all this stuff.
She said that?
That's what they said. I heard that. I was like, what? She said that? Oh, shit. And he's still married to her?
That dude doesn't have a little dick.
She was trying to say he had a little thing or wasn't really satisfying her. But here's the kicker.
Now, if she says that, that's way too much info.
Man, but Will...
I would...
What? Will sit there crying.
Dude.
This man crying. He up there with his head, shaking back and forth like that. Oh, depression, anxiety, everything. He about to go stir crazy over her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, okay, your kids are grown. Fuck it. I mean, you worth almost $500 million. I mean, with all the shit she done, and then she got it in the book. You got it on video talking about she was in an entanglement, fucking another dude. She ain't gonna get no alimony. Divide that shit up, take your shit and go.
All right, check this out. This is on sis2sis.com. Sis2sis.com. It says, on a recent episode of Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith candidly opened to her mother and guest Gwyneth Paltrow about her sex life with husband Will Smith. It's hard to maintain after being married for 26 years. While discussing Paltrow's 2018 marriage to television writer Brad whatever, Pinkett Smith playfully teased that she heard the actress was having some of the best sex these days. See, I mean, that's what makes this podcast like super relevant. It's just people like spilling out the crazy thing.
Yeah. She was classmates at the Baltimore School of Arts in Maryland,
right,
with Tupac.
Yeah, and she's still in love with Tupac.
Remember we talked about that. We talked about Tupac on the last 2 weeks ago. We talked about him. He was a smart dude, and got accepted into that school, and he, for the arts and stuff. And she was in love. She coming out talking about that Tupac proposed to her and all this stuff she's coming out with. And here's the funny thing: there are people that were closer to Tupac, women that was engaged to be married to him at the same time that she coming out with all this. Says she's full of shit. He ain't never proposed her.
He wrote a poem.
He didn't do this and
or
that.
Something.
Right. But
they were in high school.
You would think she was dick whipped. You would think that he done hit it and, had her nose wide open. That's what you would think.
Man, listen to this. Listen to this. So I was reading down on this thing. It says, Jada Pinkett Smith, quote, I despise my husband Will with the burning passion of 1,000 burning suns He has a small penis.
See?
He's annoying.
See?
We cheat on each other. He isn't Tupac.
See?
He's bad at sex.
See?
And I didn't like Hitch.
See? See what I'm saying? And I
Bro,
like Hitch.
what?
Hitch was a good movie.
Yo, what?
Wild Wild West was a bullshit movie, but all the rest of the movie was pretty good. But you see what I'm saying? That's why I said, man. She done put out all this stuff. To me, she remind me in the sports world of a Scottie Pippen. Because Scottie Pippen's out there trying to sell bourbon.
So here's what she put
And a
on
book.
Twitter. On Twitter, when after that, like all this came out, she said, setting the record. Pinkett Smith took to Twitter to respond to the backlash, urging those criticizing her to watch the episode. Only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines. Watch at Red Table Talk. So I mean, this whole thing, like she's
It's all about getting
basically
looks. Yeah.
doing
Lights.
what Lori Lightfoot used to do in Chicago when she was the mayor. Nothing that she said had any substance. She would just say things that were so audacious that it would make a headline and then make people tune into her. But like really, you know what I'm saying?
Because you know what it is. You know what they say. Publicity. Any publicity, good or bad, is publicity. I sat there, I watched the movie NWA, right?
Yeah.
The new movie NWA came out a few years ago.
Any good?
Hell yeah, it's classic. It's an instant classic, to be honest with you. But I remember one scene in that movie where Dr. Dre received a letter from the FBI, and he took it. They was all sitting around after this concert they did, and he showed it to Dre. Dre showed it to Eazy-E. And his manager was standing there like, the FBI, they we on their watch list and blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, we are. He said, publicity, buddy. He said, bad publicity, good publicity, it's publicity.
We need to do something.
Our names is out there.
We need to do something.
And then another thing, all those albums they were selling, all the people that was against them was buying them and putting them all, throwing them all in the pile, setting them on fire and all that. And they was like, look, man, they disrespecting our music. And he said, fuck them. They paid for it.
Yeah.
And smile. Hey, we got the money. They could burn them up. They could use it to wipe their ass. I don't care. You know, and he's right. He's right.
Dude, I want to take a second. I want to address the chats. We got some people in the chats. This is a fun, chatty show. I want to know what everybody thinks. So if you got some kind of deep philosophical thought on this, hit us up in the chats right meow, and I'll start answering them while you guys are doing that. I guess Deadleg, are you on at all?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dude, where are you at right now?
I am in the living room of the hotel room.
Oh,
You want me to turn my camera on?
I mean, if you want to,
Yeah, join us,
turn it
man.
on.
Join us.
Dang. Dude, that's a nice
Deadleg,
hotel
join us.
room, bro.
Yeah, where are we at? The Hilton something SeaWorld.
What state are you in now?
We're in Florida. We finally made it all the way
Oh,
back down
you
there.
already made it to Florida from Colorado?
Yeah, we're in
Dude, you
Orlando.
left like a day and a half ago.
Yep. Yeah, we
Holy
drove
crap.
Kansas City Saturday night, Chattanooga last night, and then we're here in Orlando for a couple days, and we'll
Chattanooga
get up
is
to Jackson.
beautiful, by the way.
Oh God, it was so pretty.
So listen, our Jacksonville meetup is starting to get locked in.
Oh, so that's
man.
where
I
y'all going,
think-
to Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's going to the meetup.
In Jacksonville.
You'll be babysitting like a little bit.
And y'all gonna be going, hold on, when?
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday,
We
Friday.
back Saturday.
Thursday and Friday.
Hey, jump in the truck.
Road trip partners.
Thursday.
I'm leaving like
I'm-
Thursday, like 6 a.m.
I'm here in road trip partners.
That's what I'm thinking because I don't have to babysit until Saturday evening.
Well, I'll be back Saturday
Saturday
afternoon.
evening, yeah.
Well, we're going to be down there
Man.
Thursday night, and we got this big meetup, a whole bunch of cops. Dude, there's like 100 cops marked as going on this thing already. And then we're all carpooling from the Island Girl Cigar Bar in Ponte Vedra Beach over to the FOP for the weigh-in, and then we have a private meetup with just the Wolfpack, just our fans. We have a private meetup Q&A sesh with Ken Shamrock, the UFC
I should
Hall
go
of
'cause I
Famer.
want to slap him, man.
Why? That guy
I-
will knock the fucking shit out of
No,
you,
he
dude.
won't.
Oh,
No,
he
he
100.
won't.
Dude, bro, you seen this guy?
Not
He was a
lately.
foster. He was like growing up in a foster home. He will
No.
break your fucking.
No, I mean,
face.
here's the thing. When I say I want to
It
slap
wouldn't
him,
be like a Will Smith thing.
But
You would
see-
slap him and he would beat
but
the
see,
fucking brakes
he
off.
have to catch me. Shit, he older than I am. He have to catch me.
No,
But
dude, that guy will run circles around you,
Shit, you
bro.
Hey, respect my gangster.
Bro,
No, I'm just joking when I say that. Him,
Have you seen what kind of shape he's in right
oh
now?
yeah,
He's in fighting shape right now.
I put it this way: what I like about actually, he was one of my favorites
He's
in the MMA.
beast. You just like
I was kind
WCW.
of, yeah. When he was in the
Oh, I got
wrestling, you know, when I say I slap him, I'm talking about like the chest chops.
Oh, the
like
chest
the stuff
chops?
like that. I ain't talking about go up and
Man,
slap him in the face,
he
but
went right to the face by
you know, because you know, one of my real good friends
The
that
Rock.
I grew up with. We grew up, and he was like, "I'm gonna become a wrestler." I was
Right,
like,
the
"I'm gonna be a
Hurricane.
comedian." Hurricane, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and him grew up together. We friends.
Yeah.
Call him right now. Take him whatever.
Yeah.
So my thing is, we had that thing of wrestling and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, that like of course he loved it because he made a career out of it and everything. Hell, as a matter of fact, he need to be put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's good. He was that good. But when Ken Shamrock, when they started cross promoting, when you had MMA fighters who were actually really knocking motherfuckers out, going over.
Yeah.
We all know that WWE is script.
Yeah.
You know, I had a cousin who wrestled back in the day with Nikita Koloff and all them, and he would come back with his arm broke, black eye, and he was like, I was like, man, I thought that shit was fake. He said, no. He said, it's script, but you still have to do the moves and all that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I broke my arm because I landed wrong. Yeah, the guy didn't pull a punch, and I got caught in the eye, stuff like that. So it kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, because Kim Robin was taking shit to the face.
Yeah, and that's what kind of
From
pissed
The
me off
Rock.
because I was like, dude, you are an MMA legend. Why are you gonna go? And I
Money?
understand because of the money.
Because there wasn't no money back then.
But
in the UFC.
yeah, and see, that's why I
So
was
now
like,
he's got this Valor bare knuckle fight thing going on. So we got this big meetup down in Jacksonville. We're going to be from like 3 to 5 at the Island Girl Cigar Bar, and then we're going all over to the fight together, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then of course Friday we're going to do the same thing, 3 to 5 meeting up, and then carpooling over to the fight. I think I'm going to have some free tickets to give away. Well, I know I'll have some free tickets to give away. So meet us at Jacksonville Cigar Bar, the Island Girl Cigar Bar in Jacksonville. I think we'll probably get there around 1, but it's going to take me a hot minute to get all set up. We got a live show on the stage. Deadleg will be there. Getting a Grip on Things podcast will be there. Tyler from Anti-Hero podcast will be there, and Brent possibly, but he's on a kind of like one of those child sex ring operation, special operations thing. So he's trying to get back in time. We'll see how that goes for him. But I think it's just going to be a really fun weekend. We're all going to go to the fight together and all those things. So let me hit the chats for just a second here. We got Will Cray up in the chat says that Ken is a beast. You know he's a beast.
He is, no doubt.
You know
No
he's
doubt,
a beast. Ben Allen's up in the chats today. And we got Murph 530. Blink 3 times if you're in danger. Deadleg Media. Oh, John says hello, Josh. I got Falconator and Tyler. There's a bunch of people. Teresa K. He's up in here.
Got a question.
Yeah.
What would it take for Ken to bring his knuckle fighting to North Carolina?
Well, this is bare knuckle fight number 2, which
Would
is
North Carolina allow it? Would they,
I don't know. So the first one they did was in Detroit, and now this one's in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are in that. I don't even know where the third one's at. But you can go to Valor Bare Knuckle Fights. The website's an awesome website.
That might be something.
But it's cool because it's a no clinch, no cage, so people can't clinch up. You know, they can't throw punches when they get tired. They can't clinch.
So you said no cage, so is it what?
Yeah, it's a big mat. It's kind of like blood sport where it's just like raised, and if you go off the mat, you lose like a whole bunch of points. So like, don't get your ass off. Stay on the shit.
That's something we could probably pull off. Uncuffed,
like just in your backyard.
Not in the backyard, but I mean, if we find a nice little spot. Find a nice little spot, put it out there, shit. What was that movie Brad Pitt that was in? Brad Pitt and oh boy, fight. What was it?
Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah. What's the first rule of Fight Club?
Don't talk about it. So a lot of people are asking, like, what are we doing? What are we still going to be doing some live stuff? Yeah, I mean, all the shows are going to remain just the same. I'm doing the show on Wednesday, and then my kids have have like an interview with the band Guar, so that'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, so Thursday morning, but we'll be down in Florida, so you guys can hang out. Jonathan at Com Center says conspiracy theory. Jay is unaware of me. Here's a cool conspiracy theory. Speaking of conspiracy theories, have you heard this conspiracy theory?
What's that?
That Walt Disney came up with the movie. Now this goes back to Taylor Swift, but that Walt Disney, because he was like frozen in like cryogenically frozen. Am I right on that? Is that cryogenically frozen?
I think so.
Because he
check it real
wants
quick.
to he wants to like have his body, like if the technology ever comes about, like RoboCop style shit, that he can be brought back to life. So he's been frozen, but everybody keeps like, people started really Googling Walt Disney Frozen. So then they came up with the movie and named it Frozen. So that when you type in Walt Disney Frozen, the only thing that comes up is the movie, and there's nothing else about Walt Disney being frozen. Now there's another one with Taylor Swift, and all of her fans were getting mad because of how much flying she does on her private jet. So there were these articles about how bad she's destroying the planet and she's not being very environmental. So she went to a Jets game and made like a huge public appearance. And now anytime you type in Taylor Swift and you type in the word jet, the only thing that comes up is Taylor Swift at the Jets games.
Well, you know she's dating
Kelsey.
Travis Kelce,
Right.
from the Kansas City.
Right.
She made his game better.
I'm ready for the 2050 breakup tour.
Well, I mean, he left a black woman.
Kelsey then?
Yeah, he used to date. He loved
I
sisters.
thought when she went black, you didn't go back.
Right. So he decided to go white, and think you're right. I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't really checked out Taylor Swift's body, but she's a pretty girl.
Yeah,
she's
there was
wealthy.
a big
She's
debate.
wealthy.
Drinking Bros page had a big debate.
She
of
has
whether she's hot or
talent. I
not.
mean, the girl he left had a nice ass body, and she was pretty. But again, it's more than that. Is she pretty on the inside? You could be fine like Jada Pinkett on the outside, but what are you on the inside?
But the more I look at Jada Pinkett, by the way, I was looking at some pictures while you were talking. Yeah, you're right. She is kind of ugly all the way around. She looks like a real big
her
bitch.
attitude. And
In the chats, what do you guys think? Are we talking Swiftie? Is she cute or is she not? Hit her or quit it on Taylor Swift in the chats. Let's see it. By the way, if you send us some of those emojis in the YouTube chats, it helps us out on the algorithm. So smash those little heart buttons on the YouTubes and the little party buttons.
She's a solid 6.
Diesel Tech says Wolfpack IO that he's a great night. He's got to go eat dinner. Good for you, man. I had lamb chops tonight for dinner. You ever had lamb chops?
I've seen
Do black people eat lamb chops?
Yeah, we eat. Man, come on, shit.
I don't know.
Black people eat squirrel, rabbit, raccoon.
Do they really?
Fucking yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't eat it, but yeah. I mean, in survival training, I've ate some shit.
Murph 530 says Swift is a trailer park rat gase skank.
But she's rich, bitch.
I'm rich, motherfucker.
I'm rich, bitch. She's rich and got her own jet.
Yeah,
Like,
Murph 530. I'm with you. He says she's mediocre, built like a 2x4. I'm with you on that one. She doesn't have enough meat on the bones for me.
Right. But hey, if you are a Kansas City fan, Kelsey is playing Pro Bowl, All Pro. He's putting up numbers. They showed it today on First Take. I only watch First Take because I have this thing about, even on the bye week, as you can see who I represent, who my team, my favorite ride or die Cowboys, they had a bye week this week.
For those of you who just listen on audio, he has a Pittsburgh Steelers hat on.
Every fucking day, they still talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And we ain't even played this weekend. We've been off all week. Our next game is this Sunday. And every day, Stephen A. Smith, who looked like he got halitosis, gingivitis, all that shit wrapped up together, just stank ass motherfucker. I can't stand him. He don't have a forehead. He got a side head. If he would have had a salute, he had a salute back here. What's up? Yes, sir. His ass, man, even though they say he's like the highest paid sports announcer or whatever on ESPN, he, the show First Take is his. I like watching it because I like to disagree with his ass, and I like to cuss and fuss at my television. I would love to get his ass on our show and talk shit.
Dude, you know what? Philly Stop might be bringing a sports show, a Sunday morning sports show from 2 other cops.
Okay,
that do sports show.
I would call in because Sunday, NFL
I was
football.
John. You could jump on the show. You got a lot to say. John from Compton's got a lot to say. He's always got a computer. I don't know if he's working or not, but he's always more than welcome to jump on here and put in his 2 cents. Josh, since you're in a hotel room with your family really close to you, hit it or quit it, Taylor Swift. He looks up to see who's in the same room.
Nope, I'm alone by myself, so I can answer this. I would not pull out because Dave Chappelle said when you get the call from Oprah, she says, "I'm pregnant." I got you, bitch.
I
That's it.
gotcha, bitch.
Hey, she a billionaire too?
Yep.
What? Stedman, you know what though? Stedman stay in his lane because he ain't forcing his hand in marriage. He's not forcing her hand in marriage. He is a career boyfriend. To me, if I meet a chick and she's a multi-millionaire, and you know, I make pretty good. Say you making pretty good. Say you're 100,000 there. You know what I'm saying? Say you got 100, 250,000 in the bank. But this motherfucker, she is a billionaire. She got like 2.53 billion. She ain't got no kids. You know, she might got a niece and nephew. I think she got like a sister or whatever. But
You think she's had
had
an abortion?
Well, you know what? She was raped when she was little. She said
Taylor Swift was?
Oh no, we're talking about Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, talking about Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah. You know, but she's a multi-billionaire.
I was looking at the chats.
So, you know, well, yeah, we was talking about that. But
Well, you think Oprah's had an abortion?
she probably has.
What about Taylor Swift?
I don't know. She's how old is she? How old is Taylor
How old is
Swift?
Taylor Swift? Hang on,
Because
I'll look
Travis
it up.
Kelce is about
I'll look
34,
it up.
35.
I'll look up Taylor Swift's age.
But you know, here's the funny thing. She was at the school that I
she's
was
33.
she
She's
was-
old, dude.
Well,
She's
look,
33.
You know, she was at the school. She was at Athens Drive in 2008. She came there and did a concert when she was a nobody. At Athens, I got students. We was talking about it, and some students, former students, were sending me pictures. It was like, yo, she was here. She did a concert right here at Athens Drive High School. We were selected for her to do a concert. She did a concert, brought her band, and she did a concert here.
Oh no, she's had a
Everything.
miscarriage. That's sad. This has come from our Sunday visitor, Taylor Swift miscarriage, and the discussions we too rarely have. I'm trying to scroll down here to see. I guess she wrote a song about it.
But I mean, now let me ask you this: do you think who is bringing who up? Do you think her status as Taylor Swift, if her and Kelsey was to get married, say like Jada and Will was pretty much the man. You could see it in his future. He was going to be a mega superstar in 1997. Here we are in 2023. You know, yeah, he done had some bumps in the road because of her ass with the slap and all that shit, but he won that Oscar the same night. But
So she did.
Jada
Looks like she
shit.
did. It looks
So-
like Taylor Swift did have a miscarriage.
Or did
So somebody got her pregnant.
I mean, she looked like she got some good stuff.
I mean, it would be hard to think if you were Taylor Swift that you could go all the way to 33 without having a kid.
I mean, think about it. She's an entertainer. You know, look at Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson, for years, hid her shit. And she ended up having a child later on in life. I want to say, damn, she was like late 40s, 48, 49, damn near 50 when she had her child. And we still don't know shit about her child.
Michael Hendricks in the chat says Taylor is a chode. Falconator says, oh, you should have Dan Holloway. He hates Taylor Swift, of course. Well, I mean, Dan Holloway hates everybody. I think Dan Holloway hates me.
I don't know. Do you know any of her songs?
Taylor Swift's?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, shake it off.
I don't listen to her shit.
Oh, she's got.
I just-
dude, that 1980 was it
I'm gonna tell you-
1984?
I'm gonna tell you
What was
how-
the album? 1980.
I think it's 1984.
I'm gonna
1984.
tell you how
was a
I
great
found
album.
out about Taylor Swift. When Kanye West jumped up at the
Yeah.
award ceremony and snatched the mic and said, "Hey," said what
Yeah,
he
but
said.
dude, like I mean, Taylor Swift. Because my son Duke, he's got some friends that are girls that are his age. Bro, they're getting tickets for like 2 years out.
Mm.
I was announcing a skate contest this last weekend, and they had the girls event. There was only like 3 girls warming up, and I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "There's like 15 women out there. There's 15 girls out there with skateboards. You best be getting out. If you're a girl and you've got a big deck and 4 wheels, get your ass on the concrete."
What if we could get her
Blah,
on the
blah, blah.
show?
Taylor Swift, not a chance. Not a fucking chance she would come on the show. Not a chance. She probably doesn't go on any show for free.
I don't know. I'm gonna work on it.
No, ain't not a chance.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna work on it. You
She
know,
wouldn't.
remember what I just said? You was into her abortions and shit, miscarriages. Remember when I said that she did a show? She did
Yeah.
a concert at my school, at the
Athens.
school.
But how many
I
years
was
ago
at.
was
So
that?
It was It was actually 2 years before I took over that school.
So what year was that? That was when she was like
2008.
Yeah,
Right.
dude, that
She
was
wasn't
way,
nobody.
like, dude, now she's
But
closer.
I mean, they had, I read a little news article about it, but just imagine if I'd be like, do you remember that? Oh, well, hell, I don't think I would. Well, then again, hey, my cousin is the defensive back coach for the Kansas City Chiefs.
They're not gonna give a shit about us
Oh, I'm just saying.
on a cop show.
I could hit him up and
Not
say,
a
yo,
chance.
if not her, Travis, I probably could get Travis.
So I said when there was only like Travis Kelce.
yeah. I'd be like, hey, cuz, I know you on the defensive side, coaching on defense, but have Travis Kelce.
Dude,
to
now
come
that
on
he's
call.
with Taylor, I bet you can't even get anyone
Oh,
close
yeah,
to him right now.
exactly.
Well, I was when I was doing the announcing this weekend, I was like, I didn't want to say this. I didn't want to put this out there because I didn't want to get too many girls out here competing. But whoever wins the girls' division is going to get tickets to Taylor Swift 2050 I Hate Kelsey breakup tour in 2050. Everybody thought that was funny, and a bunch of people.
He gonna get a pregnant. Watch.
Huh?
He gonna knock her up.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. That was my
She-
Tanstradamus
I don't
prediction.
even think he has kids. And I read a report that she's talking about she's falling in
Well,
love
speaking
with him.
of abortion, Britney Spears' new biography is coming out.
Oh, she's ragging.
And she's
wild.
putting out there about the Justin Timberlake forced her to have an abortion thing. And so that's catching some fire right now on the Twitters. That thing comes out in like a week. The biography book from Britney Spears.
But Britney, I mean,
And she's not doing the audio book. Everybody's talking about that too, which
I mean,
whatever, man. Like, listen, I don't even want to do my own audio book.
Right.
I thought I would want to do an audio book, but writing this book that I'm writing, I have written it so many times and gone over it so many times. And now I'm going through it one last time, which is still daunting. And I didn't even want to start it, but now, and it doesn't even, like, when I read it, it doesn't come out like it just doesn't sound right. I'm actually like, I don't like to hear myself read my book. I really don't. I'd like to have somebody read it for me. And I don't know. I don't know what the publishing company has, the publishing houses have a say in all this. So I'm basically gonna have to do what I'm told, but I'll give it to Britney Spears because she can kind of just do whatever she wants. I mean, dude, the audio book, the person reading the audio book, I forgot what her name was, but she's getting paid $2 million to read that fucking book.
I'll be reading my ass off. The cat in the back. I'll be reading.
I mean,
like
it would take you like
2
6 days at most to probably do audio reading if you suck at it. You know what I mean?
Man,
If
I
you've read
would-
the book, on
I
your
would
own.
not go to sleep. I'll be sitting there with my notos, my coffee, and see Jack and Jill went up the hill
Yeah,
to fetch a pail of
$2
water.
million. So her book deal is
Shit.
probably massive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to hear this book. I mean, a lot of people didn't want to see this book come out. First of all, in the chats, let me hear who's not going to read that book. The Britney Spears biography, I'm buying that. I will read that book. I will at least do the audio version of it, but I'll probably read it. Morgan Freeman would read it for $200K.
Man.
Could you imagine Morgan Freeman reading
Morgan
Britney Spears'
Freeman's the
book?
man.
Wait, could you imagine if he read my book?
I mean, Morgan Freeman, you think about it. I know, kind of off subject a little bit, but then again, we're not. Morgan Freeman is legendary. He started his acting career when he was in his 50s, early 50s, like 52 years old, caught his break. And he's like almost 90 some years old. And I love him in everything.
He's how old?
He's almost 90.
What?
Yes. He's up
Black
there.
don't
He's up
crack,
there.
does
No,
it?
He looked the same. But here's the thing. The only thing I didn't like about him when it came out was they said the fact that he was fucking around with his granddaughter. He's sleeping with her. And
Yeah, but that's
he's
not in
dating her.
relation.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. You might not be blood related, but come on now. If you raising this girl putting her confidence and trust in you
Gross,
as
dude.
a,
I didn't know he was doing
not
that.
as a parent, but a grandparent at that.
That's
So the
sick.
age, right.
That's
when I
real?
heard that, yeah. Man said, you Google that shit right now and see that, he pictures on the red carpet, taking her to events and stuff, movie premieres and stuff. And
That's
people,
like that
and
Woody
people out there are saying, oh,
Allen
that's his granddaughter. That's his granddaughter. No, he fucking her. That's his god granddaughter. He's no relation, blood relation, but
No.
still.
Yeah, there's
that
a lot of people in the
relationship
chat that
is
they're
crazy.
saying that they won't read the Britney Spears book. I mean, am I weird for being that big of a Britney Spears fan? Like, I think your Instagram
I mean,
has
you
been
got a mullet.
the
so I mean,
greatest
shit,
Instagram. Do you follow her Instagram?
Hell no.
What? It is the most entertaining Instagram
I- the la-
page out of all the
The
Instagram
last
pages.
thing, the last
where
two
she's
things-
dancing with knives,
with
dude.
knives. I
She's
take
got
that
like
back.
this crackhead filter
I
that
take
she
it
always
back.
has on.
Somebody sent me that, and I saw her.
And
in
you
her panties,
still
and
didn't
I was
follow
like,
it?
I turned.
Why?
Hell no, I ain't gonna, no. I saw it.
Dude, she flashes the camera and it blurs it out.
The little dog is right there. The little dog. sitting
Bro,
there
she
with
had
no
one like
clue.
where the dog's like licking on her.
Yeah, right there. The
Bro,
kitty
I'm
cat.
telling you, how do you not want to see that every day? Because you never know what's gonna happen next.
Right.
It's like that girl with Tourette's. I follow her page too.
But then
She
I
never know what
saw-
she's gonna say.
I'm a big San Antonio, of course, Texas team fan, and our new star, 7 foot, first
Yeah.
round, first
He fought
overall
Britney
pick.
Spears?
No, they was in Texas. She
Yeah.
was in Texas, and he was going into a restaurant. He had an entourage. No, I ain't even say entourage. He had his security team.
Oh,
The team put security around him because in Texas
Yeah.
he's a big thing. They think
Right,
he's
right.
like the next Tim Duncan, the next,
That's so stupid.
And so he young man, ain't like 19 years old. So this cat like 7 foot 5.
Right.
So he's tall. He's walking. Britney
Oh, that's
Spears
right.
see him,
She tries
and
to
she
get up on him.
and get up on him and tapped him on his shoulder, and security reacted, and he
But
didn't.
how do you
they
know?
said he
How do
did-
you know that
they
that's
said-
not
they-
Britney Spears?
Well, he didn't turn around. He said he didn't turn around because his security was like pushing him, getting
Yeah,
him
yeah,
into the
yeah.
restaurant. And when she went to do that, after they looked, I guess maybe after the fact they identified who she was, but at the time when she made it that far to touch him, security smacked her hand away and everything. Now, did she
Yeah, I saw
identify
that.
herself or whatever?
Didn't she like
didn't.
fall down on the ground?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something,
She tried to
too?
blame it to my
Yeah.
the security pushed me down and shit. And da.
Michael Hendricks says, "Verily, thou dost not supporteth thine tasing." Oh, he's talking about reading my book, because I think John said that he would read the book. Actually, I think John would be great for the book, and maybe that'll work out. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna read the Britney Spears biography, mainly because I want to know more about the conservatorship. I mean, obviously, freeing Britney was the wrong move because I don't see much good coming out of that. She's batshit crazy. No, hit her to quit at Britney Spears.
I would rather read what's her name?
Miley Cyrus.
I'd rather read something from
Really?
her than Britney Spears.
Ah, she's
Yeah.
boring.
You know what I'm saying?
Britney Spears is
Madonna
at least
need
for
to
real
come out with a
crazy.
book. Yeah.
Like Miley Cyrus just went crazy for attention. Britney Spears is like real deal batshit crazy. Real deal batshit crazy. So
Lady Gaga has a book out. I heard hers pretty good. I started
No, I'm
liking
not
Lady
reading that.
Gaga when she did that movie A Star Is Born.
yeah,
I don't
I'm
know if
not
anybody
reading.
see that.
I'm not reading her book either.
But,
The only
yeah.
book I'm probably going to read I'm not going to read Jada Pinkett's book either.
Yeah, no,
But I will read Britney's. I think that's about the only one I'm going to read. That of
That's
my
only
own.
'cause she wear a mullet.
Michael
She-
Hendricks says
that's
that he
it.
used to
That's all.
shoot with Tim Duncan. That's pretty awesome. So Deadleg, where are you headed next? Are you in Jacksonville? Or are you in Orlando? Where are you at?
We're in Orlando. We're going to stay here till Thursday morning. Then we're going to head up to Ponte Vedra.
What do you got going on in Orlando while you're there?
Tomorrow, I'm visiting. There's a shop that I've done a lot of work with emergency lighting stuff over the years. I've done a lot, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars of stuff with them back and forth, but I've never met any of these people in person. So tomorrow, I'm going to go over there and have lunch with them.
Somebody in the chat was talking about Shakira being in prison. Is Shakira in prison?
Shakira, that's the singer, right?
Yeah. She in prison, is she?
I know.
Shakira was real hot too. Shakira.
But you know what though?
Oh, wait. She's opted to go to trial November in Barcelona in a case for which she could be jailed for up to 8 years. This week, a second tax claim was lodged against her by a Spanish prosecutor who's accused her of defrauding the state of 6.6 million euros.
How much is that in America?
She's using an offshore company. Oh, and she is in prison. The singer has been accused of not paying the Spanish government 14.5 million euros.
How much is that?
Between 2012 and 2014, with prosecutors now seeking an 8-year prison sentence, as well as a $24 million fine if she's
Damn,
found
24
guilty.
million euro or American dollars.
Euros.
So what? How much? What? Anybody can tell me? Because I don't know. How much is 24 euros or whatever?
24 million euros?
Yeah, I know it's in the millions. Must be in the millions,
That's millions of
but I
dollars.
mean, I know it's different.
Me, I didn't know that. That's crazy. That Shakira's gonna do all that.
$25.6 million.
But like, does she not have like somebody that's in charge of that shit? When you're a Shakira, why don't you have a CPA on
But
staff?
you know what, though, man? You know what? Steve Harvey, he's not my favorite. He's not even in my top 10 as far as favorite comedians. I respect the fact that where he came from, how he started to where he ended up now, career-wise and everything. A lot of the advice and shit he gives as far as his books about think like a man, act like a woman, whatever, relationship advice. Hell, this motherfucker been married 3 times. I mean, you can learn a lot from somebody who's been married and divorced a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? He can tell you some shit. But same thing with him. He ran when he started getting that new money. When he started getting millions of dollars, he trusted had an accountant, and his accountant was telling him he's paying his taxes and all that stuff. And come to find out, he won't. He said somehow a letter got to him, like you owe these back taxes. And he was like, oh, the devil's a lie. And he went to his accountant. The accountant wasn't there, but the secretary was there, whatever. And he went through, saw his stuff, and he had checks and all kinds of stuff where he's supposed to pay this and pay that, and it won't pay. Oh boy was making.
Well, I mean, they
was
don't make it easy.
out.
I mean, I'm paying. I feel like I pay taxes all the time for my distillery. Like I got quarterly taxes, I got monthly taxes, I got like annual taxes. I mean, I feel like every day, and then like I got ASCAP. So like if you play music in your distillery, you got to pay them. And then some other company hit me up and was like, "Oh, you got to pay us music royalty too, but they won't send you the list of music, so you can just opt out of playing that music. They won't send you the list, but they're like, nope, you played that music in your distillery, but they won't. It's insanity. I don't. They have people that they send out to go to all these bars. They'll hit like the whole town. And it's like every other day somebody's hitting me for $1,200. $1,200. It's like the going fee for everything. You're late on this, $1,200. I mean, it drives me nuts. But yeah, I mean, dang, I had no idea. See, I learned something new from the fans. I would have never known that Shakira was in prison. Look, these are all the things that cops need to know, so that you're not, you're not on the street looking like an idiot. You gotta have something else. You gotta be well-rounded. Speaking of which, tomorrow night we got another true crime episode. They filled in for Conservative Ant and I for Monday because Conservative Ant was at the 22-a-day suicide thing in Myrtle Beach, showing down there, and then he'll be with us this week in Jacksonville.
Is Conservative Ant coming to the show?
Yeah.
November 11th?
No.
The 12th?
No.
You just said yeah. And then
no, he's coming to the meetup.
Oh, down there.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, because he's down there in Florida already.
Well, he's in Naples or somewhere like Fort Myers or some shit.
We're gonna have a great weekend. We 3 weeks out, so we need to push it a little.
Oh
harder.
yeah, because we got our comedy show, but I push that on almost every show. But yeah, I mean, you and I have our show on Veterans Day at Instill Distilling Company in Raleigh. And then we have the big show that night, this Sunday night with Vinny Montez on the 12th. 2 shows, but Drew Breezy will be in Albemarle on Saturday with Vinny Montez. So if you're a Charlotte person, you want to head to Albemarle for that show. And if you're anywhere else trying to get into Raleigh, you've got the Raleigh show. So yeah, that's going to be a big weekend for shows, big weekend for us. Michael Hendricks in the chats again says, the hips don't lie. We want to thank you guys so much for being there. Let me ask Josh, do you have your ghost bed pillow with you? Do you travel with it? I'm traveling with mine.
It's the one thing when we left, we had all the things we set aside or my little list of things to make sure I bring. Yeah, I forgot it.
You forgot it. Right now, Ghost Bed has 50% off across the board. Are you kidding me right now? 50%. I hope they're not going out of business because no, they're not. They're definitely not. We just went to their warehouse and everything like that. But 50% off. It's like, how do you even stay afloat with 50% off? I mean, their stuff's already super competitive with everybody else. So, but that Ghost Bed pillow and the Ghost Bed is a life changer, by the way. And they have so many different Ghost Beds. I went to the facility. They got the Venus Williams bed with all like the healing copper stuff spread out through it. They've got the Lux bed. They've got the cooling bed. They got the adjustable base that has all the different adjustments. They got the massager thing, which is gnarly. And so get on that site and check out all the beds. But the ghost bed pillow, I can't I can't travel anywhere without my ghost bed pillow. It's become my teddy bear. So I now bought with the 50% off deal. I used our own promo code, got another ghost bed pillow. You guys, I'm up to like 5 of these things now. And it comes in I bought a new one though, because my wife sleeps with 2 because when she was pregnant, she likes to prop herself up in certain ways and things like that, put it between her knees and all this stuff. But I wanted another one so I could get the bag that comes with it, that it comes in, and that's my travel bag. Because I threw away all the other bags, so I had to get another one. But at 50% off, dude, I mean, these beds are super sick.
So let me ask you this. I have sleep apnea. Do these beds pretty much comfortable where, elevate? Because the doctor tell me to sleep elevated.
Bro, the adjustable base, if you get the adjustable base, it'll damn near go into a couch.
Okay.
And it adjusts in like 3 spots. So like your partner, if you got like a girl sleeping with you, she can adjust it to her level. You can go to your level. And be totally different sleep setups. Other thing scary about the ghost bed is that when my wife wakes up in the morning, I have no idea she woke up. So I'll reach over to like grab her or something. She's gone, because even though the bed's the same bed, the way it works, like the way the adjustable base works, like there's no crease or anything. You literally can't feel or hear when your partner like rolls over or does anything. You can't feel any of it. It's wild, dude. Head over to ghostbed.com/wolfpack.
That's kind of big. That's kind of big. You need when you over at a chick's crib. You try to get out of there. She don't know you go.
She'll never know.
She hear the door go.
Well, you know what? It's funny. It's like you can like if your wife goes to bed early or something, your girlfriend goes to bed early, and you're just like, shit. You just want. She's naked. You can just look at her. You can jerk off. She won't even feel it. The bed won't shake.
Hold up. If you got a woman in the bed with you, why you gonna jerk off, man?
If she's already asleep, you get home late. She's already asleep. You can't wake her up.
That's when you do the sneak attack.
That's called rape.
No, it ain't. Because
they rape.
No, they gonna help you. Believe me, you get to rub it in the right way. You reach over,
bro. I'd be waking her up.
About the reach over.
I'd be waking her up every night.
You reach over and get to doing your fingers like this on the nipple, and daggone it, when you move that hand, guess what? She gonna. Her legs go, and you get ready to take the panties down. She gonna arch the back where you can pull them things off. And when you get them down to the ankles, watch her legs throw up, and you can just slingshot them bad boys across the room, and then you in like Flynn.
Let's see, they got some in the chat's going on here. Reaches over and grabs her, and she's gone, and she's dodged a 7th kid. Greg in the chat says, Michael Hendricks, I guess having some kind of conversation. It was great, especially for a Monday night. I'm interested to talk to the store owner the next time I see him and ask where the heck he found that bottle. It had dust bunnies on it. What did he find? Greg, what did you find? What bottles did this guy find?
A 9-year-old rye randomly on the shelf from 2018.
Oh, rye whiskey. I see it up there. He had a T-bone. Oh, we had lamb chops tonight. There, home brewer. I guess we didn't get to the police corruption story, but I'll probably talk that on a breakdown or something like that. We do have a Friday breakdown. Listen, you're not going to want to miss any show this week. We've got a whole bunch of them. We've got all this new equipment in. Do we sound better? Does anybody know that we sound better with the new stuff? Does it sound better?
What about these lights? Do I look like I'm a
no?
shade
Your lights
lighter?
are fucked up, dude.
I'm
your lights
pecan
are
brown. I'm not
up.
black.
We got to work on your lights.
Pecan brown.
Thank God we're not a real YouTube show. You know what I mean? Like that's just bonus content on YouTube. By the way, if you want more bonus content, head over to Patreon. Subscribe to Patreon today. And if you want a really hilarious comm center or really hilarious night shift, dude, John and Jay Rama are they're giggle bunnies. They've got the giggles all the time. And Will Gray says I sound good. Oh, thank you.
Okay, they say we sound good.
I sound good.
Now, how do we look? I mean, no homo.
You look. Somebody says you look Hispanic.
But habla español, hey, poquito.
Dude, if we're not in World War III by Wednesday, we have a rocking show. Deadleg and I do. Deadleg will be somewhere on Wednesday doing the show, but we'll have a good show for you on Wednesday. And then we got some Patreon content came up. I'm doing some Patreon stuff tomorrow. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
Michael said I look Hispanic. I'm just gonna do the show like, hey,
what kind of stand up are you doing
When?
for the 12th with Vinny Montez? You just writing like a whole new script? You going with
me.
home?
I mean, me. I do. You know me. I like to play with the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm not the headliner,
Right.
so I'm just doing time. I don't know how much time he allotted you and me to do.
Dude, I want to say it was like 15 minutes.
So I mean, me most likely,
Maybe
I'll
more.
probably hit some current event. I'm thinking about going into my vault of police jokes. Since he's a police officer,
Dude,
and that's what his stuff
I'm
is.
a little bit nervous because my first probably 3 minutes
Mhm.
is just absolutely shitting on state troopers.
Mhm.
And hopefully there's some in the crowd
Well,
because that's
see,
going to help me shit
well,
on them even more.
Well, see,
It's funny, but
that's my thing is
I don't want any of them to get, you know
my
how
comedy.
troopers get though. They can get offended.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're
And that's what I try to. I try not to piss nobody off. I try to bring people into my world.
See, I'm
You
trying
see
to
what I'm
piss them
saying?
off.
No, because
I'm trying to piss off the troopers. I'm trying to really go low.
Well, it's like this.
I'm going to make fun of their haircuts.
It's like this.
I'm going to make fun of their campaign hats.
I put it this way: if it's like one or two troopers in the, you
all
identify
I
them
need.
in the
That's
in
all I
the
need. I'm
crowd,
gonna roast
and you
the
can do that.
shit out of
But
them.
if it's a whole squadron of troopers, you might don't want to say nothing. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, be you.
Oh, I'm going to
Just be you and do your
Yeah.
thing. And if you're funny, they're gonna.
They're
laugh.
like the Dallas Cowboys. I
You
have a
know?
dire hate for them, so I have to
Yeah,
make fun of them.
I mean, yeah.
I can't,
you know,
especially if they're
do it.
there. I
Right.
can't like look at a state trooper and just not make fun of them for like
Right.
15 minutes. But I'm only gonna knock it down to 3 minutes.
Right.
I'm just gonna make fun of them and cheese on them for like 3 minutes, and then I'll move on.
Just be you. Have your timing. You know, and just if it ain't going well,
So
then
it
go ahead
just
and
says state
start.
troopers are people too, just lesser people. Oh, I love the troopers. I'm just kidding. And you know what though? Like, they never really get angry. They send me the DMs, and actually, like, all the state troopers love it when I make fun of them. So that's great. Craig says, I'm just wondering where the fuck he had the bottle for the last 5 years since it was. He's still got Craig's fucking still going on this rye whiskey. By the way, listen, Greg. There are things called vintage checks in liquor stores and in wine stores, and they do them. I mean, some wine stores will do them every year. Some will do them every 2 years. You probably should do them every year. But a vintage check is where you go and you get on top of all the shelves and you remove every bottle from the shelves. You box up everything because that always happens, dude. There was a Dale Earnhardt bottle of wine in there that was like this super special Dale Earnhardt thing. And this was a wine shop in High Point, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And when they were doing the vintage checks, they found like this 8 or 9 year old Dale Earnhardt special release bottle that was like going online for like $400 on the eBays and everything, and they found one in the store, and it was, I mean, you never know what you're going to find on these vintage checks, but I think that when they get, because people will hide bottles or they'll like stow them away, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to come back and get this, and they might put it behind some other kind of bullshit plastic jug whiskey. Nobody ever knows it's there. Or sometimes like a store employee will go up on the top racks because that's usually where they store the liquor, and they'll take out the liquor and it won't be what they're looking for, and they'll set it down because it's in the wrong box. We'll pull the other box down. They'll never get back up top and put that liquor in the right spot. So when you do these vintage checks at the end of the year or 2 years, or choose, if you're like a real, a mom and pop shop that hasn't done a vintage check in like 4 or 5 years, that's how that shit happens. You jump up there and voila, you find this weird random bottle that's all dusty and shit.
I have a question for you before we roll up out of here.
Go ahead.
By you being an owner
Yeah.
of a rum distillery,
Yeah.
do you drink any other rum, or do you specifically
I
drink your rum?
No, I drink rum. I drink lots of different rums all the time.
And
if anybody has one,
the reason I asked that,
and I
because-
like other rums as gifts.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm a rum drinker, man. I mean, but I drink everything: tequila, brandy, bourbon, scotch, mezcal. You put it in front of me, and I'll drink it. And I'm constantly having to study and know, because I am a sommelier. I am a certified specialist of wine, and so people are always testing your knowledge, and so you can't not be on top of your shit.
Right.
I'm definitely not as on top of my shit as I was. Like, my wife the other day bought a bottle from Maipe, which is in Chile, and then she was like, "What's a higher elevation? Is it Maipe or Aconcagua?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I can't remember. I think Aconcagua was closer to the equator." But,
Not the reason I ask, because I know people who work for, they don't own it, but they work for the company of Pepsi
yeah,
and Coke,
But they'll
And
drink Pepsi.
Yeah,
They'll drink the opposite.
no. Some of them won't. I know.
They'll drink the opposite, right? They work for
No,
Coke, drink Pepsi.
No.
Oh, they just drink Coke.
They just drink Coke products.
Well, and that's like that American marketing thing where it's like you have to choose one or the other. Like if you go to Europe, there's no such thing as a white wine drinker or red wine drinker. It's just you drink wine. Like they ain't nobody that's like, whoa, I'm a white wine. It's like only here in the United States. Like we have this Pepsi or Coke. Like, are you serious that you can't drink Pepsi if you drink Coke?
Right.
I mean, they both taste amazing. They both taste really good. You're just choosing not to like the taste of one. Like that's something that you've put in your brain. Like if you're like, I like Coors Light better than Miller Lite, like you're nuts. That's something you've chosen because the taste profiles are so similar and so like that you're just choosing to say, well, I don't like that.
Right. But it's funny because I mean, I had a book of friends.
You cannot say I don't like Miller Lite if you in fact like Coors Light. You can't.
But I mean, like I said, I had a friend. He used to drive trucks for I think Miller, and I brought a 12-pack of Heineken, and all the guys was bringing 12 packs. I guess I didn't get the memo because everybody else was bringing beer that from where he worked from, Miller Lite, Miller, or whatever. I came in there with some Heineken because that's what the fuck I used to drink. What I drank all the time in the military was Heineken, Beck's, Yingling, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I come over there, he looked at me, oh, hell no. Dog, you can't bring that up here. I'm like, what? Negro, this is Heineken. This is top shelf beer from Holland or whatnot.
Right.
What? And he was like, "No, man, you can't bring that stuff. It got to be."
Yeah. So Greg in the chats is like, "There's so many different nuances in whiskey." That's absolutely true. That's not the same as like Pepsi and Coke, and that's not the same as Miller and Coors Light. Like Miller and Coors Light are like the same fucking thing. Pepsi and Coke. I mean, there's difference, but you can't say that you dislike one,
right?
Because it's like you're just choosing to dislike it.
I put it this
way. The taste is
they both
got
if you take it and pour a can on your damn battery terminal, it'll eat the fucking acid off of it, okay?
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely differences in bourbons and in wines, and they're not all the same. I'm not saying that or insinuating that at all. But I will say that rum is way more diverse than bourbon is any day of the week. You can drink a different rum every single day of your life and never drink the same rum twice.
I got to give you your props. A lot of the comedy shows I've had, nobody complained about getting drunk at your spot. They was like, man, them drinks strong. They good as hell.
Well, yeah, I mean, we definitely make good strong drinks. So.
Yeah, they good. Tasty,
It's good. Well, hey guys, listen, I'm gonna bring some. They actually serve my rum at the Island Girl Cigar Bar in Jacksonville, Florida. So when you're there, you can try my rum. Can't wait to see you guys. We've got True Crime Tuesday tomorrow night with John and Jay Rama. And then Wednesday, we got political news with myself and Deadleg. Thursday, we got Com Center. Friday, we got the breakdown. Don't forget about Anti-Hero Podcast on its own separate channel. And please don't forget about getting a grip on things. And if you really love us and you really like us, and you really support what the fuck we do, we're not asking you to sign up for our Patreon and pay us $3 to keep the show running. But what we are asking you to do is leave us a 5-star rating and review, which is fucking free. It doesn't cost you any money to do that. Please do that. For all of you who are part of our paid YouTube, our paid Patreon, thank you guys. And that's why we shout you guys out on the show, on the chats, even though we're mainly an audio show. But we do definitely want to pay homage to, the 15 to 30, 40 people that are tuning in all the time on YouTube, and then the other, 30 or 40 that are tuning in on Rumble. Thank you guys all so much for everything that you do. And I guess until Wednesday, I'll see you guys later. Guns up and giddy up.